name is Mia Lucas and I'm reporting for Lancer Media. Today I am joined by Hannah McFadden, a Paralympic athlete and the 2021 Paraclimbing World Cup champion. Hannah was originally adopted from Albania as a child and now lives in Clarksville, Maryland. Thank you so much for joining me today, Hannah. Let's get right into the questions. So first, what made you decide to choose to do paraclimbing after having done track and field for so many years?
So I would say the first real thing was that I have been an athlete all my life, and with track, it was kind of like I had a breakup, right? With track, I wasn't doing track anymore, and I just felt like I needed something to do, like a new hobby. So I just visited my friend, and she was like, "Let's just go rock climbing." And I was like, "Okay." I'm really scared of heights, but I loved the challenge of it. I loved how you had a lot of strength, and it was a lot more mental than I thought. So yeah, I think it was just I wanted a new hobby.
Continuing with that line of thought, how did it feel to win the World Cup just a few months after you picked up rock climbing?
I think it was very shocking to me because I still don't understand all the rules yet of technicality. So I think I just felt very shocked. But I also think it really was encouraging to me to say, okay, you know what, you are on the right path. Keep doing rock climbing. Train for another full year, and then we're going to see what else we can do. Because I think for me, I was like, oh, should I have went to Tokyo for track? There's a lot of what ifs in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So I think to me, it was just kind of like very re-encouraging that no, I've made the right decision. My hard work's paying off. So yeah, I think it just kept me more motivated, if anything.
Yeah, it's always super nice to see your hard work pay off. Going off of that, what do you think makes you so successful at rock climbing?
That's a good question. I think one is just as an athlete, you have some athletes who are super serious and intense, but I think it's just my mindset and personality that has really helped in the sense of I'm always ready to laugh at myself. I never take things too seriously. So I think having that fun in my sport, or I can find that fun in anything, is what just makes me drawn to it. So I'm never super disappointed or hard on myself in a sense that I think a lot of people are. So I think just keeping that fun is what makes me good at my sport.
Ooh, I like that answer. I agree with you on that one. Fun is always good to have. What would you say would be your greatest success in your career between track and paraclimbing?
I think my greatest success was actually in 2016 for the Paralympics in Rio. It was a 100-meter final. And I got fourth place, fourth place is the worst place, everyone will tell you. But I think why I'm so proud of myself for that race, looking back, is that I was having a really hard time mentally. And before the start, I had one of my worst starts, but it was how quickly I made up for it in that race that made me happy about it.
How do you stay motivated in times like that?
I think, so for both of these, sports, you don't get redos. You only get one attempt. That's it. So I think you have to pull yourself out saying, okay, if I've been training for years or months for this one moment, I have to be able to shut off everything else that's going on, even my own personal life. I have to say, this is not the time. My time is to focus on this, because you don't want to leave with regrets. So I think it's really, you have to know how to contain things and kind of like a mask in a sense of, this is my time to be my athlete. This is my time to hang out with my friends or to be a student or a worker. You have to be able to put yourself in those boxes when it's time.
In response to that, what do you think is the greatest comeback moment that you've had in your career so far?
I think just the going from supposed to be going to Tokyo and deciding not to try out or not to continue with track and then going to rock climbing. So I think, there's a lot of people who were kind of skeptical of what I was doing, why I would give up track. So I think for me to kind of do well in another sport was kind of a little bit of a comeback, saying, nope, still athletic, still an athlete. Yeah.
What's your favorite part about being an athlete?
My favorite part? Okay, I'm going to say two. I think one is kind of that mentality of how far can I push myself today? Mentally, physically, from yesterday, how can I be better? Even if I had a very crappy day at practice, it's okay. how was I a better athlete person? And I think the second thing is I just love meeting the different athletes involved in the sports. I think, yeah, just that social component of it is really fun. You get to hear their stories. You get to see how they attempt something. So yeah, I think it's that community is really important.
Switching gears a little bit, what advice would you give to your younger self?
I think it's as simple, and I know it sounds crazy, drink more water. Get more sleep and drink more water. And just in the sense of take care of yourself first. You can't be a successful student, friend, athlete if you're not taking care of yourself first, mentally and physically. So that's my advice to younger self. And then for sports, I think it would be stop the sport when you're no longer having fun with it. So at the end of the day, if you're not having fun, there's always going to be challenging moments. But if an overall theme is you're not having fun with it anymore, then why are you doing it? So I think it's for me to say it's okay if you're not having fun with it. You will find something else that you're passionate about.
That's good advice. I think we all need to drink a little bit more water and get more sleep for sure. Now, the opposite of that question, what advice would you give to your future self?
Oh, my future self. I need some advice for my future self. Let's see, my future self. I think it would kind of be, and it's kind of going off of the fun, I would say, is stick to who I am as a human being, stick to my morals, my values. Don't let anyone come in and compensate that. I think it's just stick to who you are as a person.
Okay, a complete 360 from the rest of the questions. What has been the best perk or cool thing that you've gotten to do because of what you do or being a Paralympian?
I think the coolest thing is the traveling. I've gone to so many cool places that I would probably never go to on my own to tour or travel. So yeah, I think just traveling, like, being able to go to Dubai or Doha, like all these different countries and cities, I think that is the biggest perk of all.
Where's your favorite place that you've gone?
Okay. For competition, I would say my favorite place was Dubai. And then for one that I actually went to without sports was Italy.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like so much fun. I've always wanted to go to Italy. To add on to the previous question, you've thrown the first pitch out for the Baltimore Orioles before. If you were on the team, what would be your walkout song and why?
Oh, let me pulling up like my playlist right now. I think I would do Good Life by Kanye West. I love that album, Graduation. Because I think you should just, have a good life. Keep positive. Kind of make the most of what you have. That's a good question. I should have prepared myself for that one.
Okay, last one. What is one question that you never get asked in interviews or just in daily life that you wish people would ask you more often?
I really like that one. I think one thing I kind of wish I got asked more, especially as like an athlete, was yes, we're very passionate about sports, but there's also so much more to us. So I think I kind of wish I got asked, one is just like, what else am I passionate about? Like, what else do I believe in? So like, for me, I'm a huge advocate for refugees. So I think when it comes to sports, I wish we were also asked things outside of just sports, because there's so much to a person. One question I did get asked, I was very surprised in one interview, was if you weren't an athlete, what career path would you have? I don't know, something like that. I think it's just kind of important to remember, because you're only an athlete for so long. Eventually, during the real world, you have to have other passions.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you when you say that people often forget that others might have different interests outside of what they're most known for. So thank you for sharing that. On that note, thank you so much again for joining me today. I had a great time and I hope to talk to you again soon. Don't forget to follow along with Hannah on her rock climbing journey on Instagram and Twitter.